Was walking from the train station to my office. I was 27 years old and I was sweating profusely. There was about a 10 or 15 minute walk to the office from the train station. And it was just a concrete jungle, and it was summer in Atlanta, and I was just sweating a lot. And not only was my body overheated, my mind was overheated. I remember calling my dad in a little bit of a state of panic. Panic is maybe a little bit of an exaggeration, maybe a slight alarmed state, because I was just so agitated because I got up extra early to take a voice lesson before work. And for those of you who are interested in singing or maybe learning how to sing like I am, you know that it takes like 1 or 2 hours for your voice to wake up. And so I got up, I think I had my voice lesson at 7:30. So I remember getting up at like 5:45 or even 5:30. So my voice would have time to warm up by the lesson. And it was only a half an hour lesson because the lesson, it's like over $1 a minute per lesson. It's maybe even more. It was like $60, maybe like $50 for 30 minutes or $45 for 30 minutes. So yeah, and so I remember only doing like a half an hour lesson, even though I wanted to do an hour. But I got up early and went, and I just wasn't happy with the progress I was making. And I remember feeling as if, I felt like there were so many stars my age, I was 27, who were my age or younger. And I felt like I was late to the game and I didn't understand. And at that point, I wanted to be a star. And actually, I still do want to be a star. And there's so many artists who are just doing so much better than me at that age, like who were already stars, and they were my age or younger, or maybe 1 year older. And I called my dad, and I just was in the state of alarm. I was like, what am I doing? Why I feel as if I'm always squeezing in music around work, around my software engineering job. I'm always putting in time before work or after work when I'm tired or on the weekends. And why maybe I shouldn't do this. And he said something to me that completely changed my outlook. It's just the way my dad said it. He just has always had this like calming presence. It's just the way he said it totally changed the game for me. And what he said was, if you like it, stay the course, because the pursuit itself is a beautiful thing. And I don't know if he said those exact words. I remember he said, if you like it, stay the course. But he said something about, the thing that really stuck with me was the pursuit itself is what really is where there's so much benefit in the pursuit itself. There's something he said there, and that still sticks with me. It's like there's so much benefit in the pursuit itself. And that really resonated for me, because now the way I think about music is I still want to be a star. Maybe you're watching this, you also want to be a star, either at music or something. But the pursuit itself is super, super valuable, right? Like, as every time now I see it, I see the value in the pursuit. I see that when I sit down to pick up my guitar, or I sit down on the piano bench, or I pick up my ukulele and dance around with it, or I do some singing exercises, I come away a changed person. I'm a calmer person than when I sat down with the instrument. I am a more focused person. I am a more creative person. I'm a more disciplined person than when I sat down. And I just noticed that the more time I spend, the more live performances I have, the more I develop this rock star artistic aura, I think that's how you say that word, aura, to me, where I just feel like I have this confidence in my gait, this walk, this energy, this bounce to me. Every time I do a live performance, I feel like that builds, and I feel like as I perform more, honestly, even when I just walk into this room, like I just got done doing some video editing at a coffee shop, and I felt like I was just gliding around that coffee shop, and people were just coming up to me and talking to me, and I feel as if it's because I have this aura that's building in me every time I play the instrument. And so it's not at this moment, I don't have thousands of monthly listeners on my Spotify group. We have about 20 songs on Spotify. I don't have thousands of monthly followers or listeners, but there's so many benefits. And what I've realized is what I realized in that conversation is that you don't need to climb the entire mountain to start enjoying the view. You don't need to climb the entire mountain to gain some wisdom and some lessons that will help you for the rest of your life. And so that was a huge realization for me, and it just took off all this pressure, because make no mistake, we all still want to climb up the mountain. I still want to climb up the mountain, but there's so much value. There's so much value in the ascent, in the journey. And so I just needed to share this video because my life changed after this conversation with my dad. And you know, I can think of other areas of life too. Like, I spent a lot of my youth, my childhood on the tennis court training. And there was a time in my life where I wanted to be a professional tennis player, and I didn't make it to professional. I didn't even play tennis in college. I could have played a lot of tennis at a lot of D3 places, but I couldn't play D1. And so I was, and the D1 players get smoked by professionals. So I was like not even close to a pro, but that was my goal. And I would see myself when I was training, I would envision myself, like, for some reason it was always Wimbledon. I would always envision myself winning Wimbledon. I've never even played on grass, but I would envision myself winning Wimbledon. And you know, I didn't make it there, but the way I move, the way I carry myself, the way I just am able to like pick up new sports and whatnot, I'll gain that all from the years I invested in tennis. Even things like, I don't have difficulty exercising every single day. And I know for a lot of people, that's a really big struggle, but because I spent so much time on the tennis court as a junior, and I'm super grateful for my family for investing so much in my tennis game, I don't struggle with daily exercise. And if you're an athlete, if you're somebody who played sports, again, not even at a professional level, but at a level that maybe got you to a D3 level, you probably also don't struggle with the discipline to exercise every day. And so the whole point of this video is that I really believe that there's so much value in the climb. There's so much value in the pursuit, and you get benefits almost immediately when you start climbing the mountain. And even if you climb to a decent level before maybe you start to start climbing a different mountain, you still have a lot of value. You still get a lot of benefit. So I'm telling myself now, I'm not trying to give anybody advice, because I'm not an expert. I'm not an expert at life, man. I'm not. I'm just a normal dude sharing his human experience. So I'm just sharing this concept that clicked with me recently, because I remember that conversation clearly. And now when I think about all the things I do, I just think about, I really think about the benefits that are obviously, I still want to be like, I want to climb all the way to the top of a mountain when I set out on this journey. But I now just like notice all the benefits along the way. And it's a beautiful thing, man. It makes me enjoy life so much more, enjoy the pursuit so much more. And I just needed to share. I know there's a famous quote in the Bhagavad Gita, which is, we have rights to our labor, or something. Man, I'm gonna mess this up. You know, I shouldn't have. I'm trying to do this whole video in one take, so I guess we're gonna keep rolling. We have rights to our labor, but not the right to the fruits of our labor. It's something like that, meaning you just got to enjoy the process, you know? And so I just really wanted to share this concept because that conversation changed my life. And maybe this could help somebody else too. Maybe it could just help. If it helps somebody out there enjoy whatever mountain you're climbing, if you can enjoy the climb, enjoy some of the stops, I think this video is definitely worth making. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Do like and subscribe if you did. And yeah, I'm trying this new thing where I'm just trying to get it all in one take. very minimal editing, no cuts every once in a while, just to improve my speaking. And so let me know if you like that also in the comments, if you like this kind of like just raw speaking, not hyper edited. But anyway, yeah, like and subscribe if you like this content, if you like my content, and I will talk to you all in the next one. All right, take care.